Hello and welcome to Eat Your Backyard, my YouTube channel, where I talk about all kinds of edible things, landscaping things. I try to help you create your own fruit forest if that's something you're into, in tropical, subtropical plants. You should join me in these live streams. Today I was a little bit late, took me a moment or two, set up at a new location. I've been trying to learn all kinds of new things to do on these streams, and there's been a lot of cool features that you can do. I actually explain a lot of those things. I'm going to start streaming on another YouTube channel I started called OneStepNow in order to show you some of these things I've learned how to do. Maybe you can do them on your own channel. Alright, so I've got the wind muffle on this mic right now. But the problem is there's a tropical storm Eta bearing down on my location. Yet they assure me it will take a left turn somewhere around Coconut Grove to the west of there and avoid us. Alright, I will try a new thing here. I think I'll try to show you one of my, just to get started, show you one of my recent drone videos. Definitely fun to go fly that thing over the ocean. Let's see, get a good one here. Yeah, or that totally didn't work at all. All right. There you have it. Now that is a sunrise. Took me a little longer than I thought, but hopefully everybody on the stream can see it. Hey, Palm Nation. There you go. Alright, so today we're talking about star fruit, growing star fruit. I brought all the requisite equipment to explore this topic completely. Yeah, let's try this. There you go. See, that's high tech. Or it's not at all. Trying something new. Oh no, for heaven's sake. Yeah, oh, that's nice with the palm trees in the background. I like it. Yeah, that was a heck of a sunrise. There's no doubt about it, Somali Flame. It's unbelievable. You just fly that drone like way out over the ocean. Okay, I think I'm going to get to it though. Just going to configure my screen to be the whole display. Alright. So, star fruit. First thing I'm going to do is show you what I brought. Which is gloves, pots. See, the count's getting low. 50 pots went pretty fast once I got started. So what I'm going to do is start by taking some quick cuttings of the fruit, and Then I'll also take a cutting of the leaves so you can see what they look like right now. If you're thinking about growing your own starfruit tree, there are links in the description. You can click on that. Actually, you can click on those Amazon links, and then anything you get on Amazon supports the channel. It doesn't cost you anything extra, so that's an easy way to support the channel if you're looking to do that. But there are links to buying starfruit trees and seeds in there, but one of the best ways is just to get a starfruit that you like the taste of. So I'm just going to walk around the corner here and grab one. Okay, easy. Fresh off the tree. The carambola is a beautiful fruit tree. This is the orientation of the branch. It was about like this, hanging down. Lots of branches, so this doesn't phase it at all. In fact, it likes to be trimmed. And it's a prolific fruit producer. You know, if you've looked into the carambola at all, you know that it is a serious fruit tree and produces for me several crops a year. And here's a look at one of the fruit from it. This is a medium size. They come bigger and smaller. They kind of some misshapen, but the classic star shape is what you're going to notice. And they usually come with about 5 seeds in them, and they'll grow from the seed very, very easily. And this is one of the things that I grew in the What You Got Growing On series recently. I actually took 5 of those and planted 5 seeds that I got out of a starfruit that I picked just like this one. So what I'm going to do now is go grab those, and you can see what those seeds did in roughly less than a month of growth. It would just threw them in some potting soil essentially, and off they went. So I'll go grab those now and show you what happened. Okay, so this is what happened. Out of the 5 seeds that I planted, 4 of them have become trees. And that's all I did. I keep looking to see if a 5th one will come up because they are such prolific growers. But you can see they've got a little length on them. They're a good 2 inches tall already. So they want to go for the sky. And it's interesting, you can see the little baby leaves and the full-grown leaves, still same structure. What a champ among fruit trees. And now, this is a special treat for those of you who have stayed on this long. Let's see how many we got. Oh, we got 7 people on. That's not bad. The lucky 7. You've heard of Baby Yoda, and of course, you probably have also heard of a baby starfruit. Very interesting. This is a life hack for everybody watching now and in the future. Pick a baby starfruit. Dare to do it. You know why? Because you're going to get 100 more just like it. And allow it to ripen and have a small starfruit which you can eat more easily rather than 100 large which you couldn't possibly eat. And I think actually, since we're talking about starfruit, baby starfruit, there we go. There is also some concern with consuming too much star fruit. Building up quite a nice little forest of things. Something having to do with kidneys or processing it, but you know, too much of any fruit is all, I would say, is something you want to watch out for, just because some fruits contain acid, and you know, you don't want too much acid. Like if you ate too much citrus, you're going to feel sick from citric acid overdosing. So you want to be careful. Same thing with star fruit, a little bit. You know, how many star fruit do you want to eat a day? There's a point where it's ridiculous. You're eating 10 star fruit a day or something. That's where problems occur probably, but if you had a sensitive system, you might want to check on that one. You know, a lot of these plants that I have, like even the mangoes, the sap from the mangoes are very irritating, like a poison ivy effect to some people, and to others, nothing. I have no effect from it. My daughter is very sensitive to it, but she can eat a mango, no problem, but if the sap gets on her skin, it's like a poison ivy. So Somali Flame asked, said, never tasted a star fruit. Whew. You must explore that. You should put that in the old bucket list. I would add that immediately to the bucket list. And it is just written on a piece of paper. It just says, taste star fruit. It tastes really good. Really good. I'm glad you brought up the topic, too, of how does it taste. And they are very highly variable in their taste. So depending on the variety, and there are many varieties to explore, wonderful varieties. Some don't taste very good. Some taste great. So the trick is, if you get one from a friend or from the grocery store, this is the kind of novelty fruit, you know, you would expect in Florida. You'll see star fruit quite a bit at the grocery store. And they're pretty expensive, actually. They're like, you know, over $1 a piece, which I would consider expensive, since they're basically like just raining on the ground constantly for anybody who has one. And I just grew 4 in a pot in like a month. So, you know, I could pretty well convert my little tiny yard back here into a star fruit grove. In fact, you know what? I'm going to do it. No, I'm not going to do it. But you want to get the variety that tastes good, because the seed will be close to the taste of the fruit you got it from, typically. Wide variety of flavors in the star fruit as they mature. So if you eat a star fruit that is just, you know, green or whatever, it's not going to taste like much of anything, watery. But then as they get, this variety gets more of a orange color, and this one's just starting to get orange, you can see probably. It gets much more sweet, and then there's that area of like maximum sweetness just before beginning to get rotten. It's really the best place to have them at, which is where you find one in that state where it's fully ripe, almost like, you know, if another day it's rotten, but it's perfect. Yeah. So James Tropicals, yeah. How long does it take for a star fruit to bear fruit from a seed? We're going to explore that in real time with these. But my claim is, and we can look back on this video years from now, that you could see star fruit as early as I'm going to go with as early as a year. But what I'm going to count star fruit as is what I'm going to count fruit as flowers, to get the flowers, and I believe that will count enough. So let's say 1 year, if treated really nice, and I can treat them pretty nice back here. I'm thinking the plan is, and you all can help me decide what to do here. I think the plan will be to separate them all into their own pots and give it 4 chances to go, and then really test the theory of how long it would take to grow star fruit from a seed. Now another thing, as you see, I see these baby star fruit trees just fluttering around in the wind. You know, that's something to be careful of. You don't want them to get beaten to death, certainly, but they're in a fairly wind-protected spot. But you also want them to be exposed to the wind, I believe. and that is to strengthen their stalk. They are trees, and they'll get, you know, woody growth trees. They actually stand up pretty well to the winds, when the trunk, etc. will, if you just keep it trimmed. But they love to be trimmed. Love to be trimmed. So yeah, then I'll have, as I say, 4 chances to win in the starfruit game of life. So I think that's what I'll do. But I'm gonna, you see, this is the tendency. This is really the tendency, which is to go too far with plants. Prolific plants. But it's fun to go that way for a while. You know, how many starfruit can you grow? The number for me is super high. But I think I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. I'm going to grow all 4 of these in their own separate pots. And then I'm going to also grow the seeds I harvest from this one in one more pot, so it will end up looking just like this one. And I'll do a more accurate timing on this. I almost was thinking of growing one from the cutting. I think this cutting's too small, first of all. So I don't really want to do it from this one, but you can almost see little root nodes on it. I would want one with a woody growth on it. I'm not going to plant one from a cutting today, unless you get, and if I get a special request, I will. I'll throw it in, 4 of them in a 5th pot. I know I was just thinking about doing it, but yeah, I'm going to do it. I tried to talk myself off the ledge of not growing 8 starfruit trees, but as it turns out, I couldn't resist. Okay, so I'm going to go get some potting soil, and we'll transplant these, and then I'll also grab some cuttings and make one of those. Alright, I'll go get 4 cuttings real quick. Okay, 4 cuttings. Those little guys were starting to get wind whipped. I'm gonna go with these 4 cuttings. Now the reason I chose these 4, hey Sirius 1337, welcome. The reason I chose these cuttings is because they have a little bit of woodiness at the base. And they also have lots of little buds, and the leaves are already set, so I'm just going to poke these in. I always put in 4 cuttings, and the reason is you have a much greater chance of at least one of them having success. So I just jammed them in. This soil's already wet. We got a hurricane or whatever coming down on us, so it's raining frequently. We've been lucky not to get. But yeah, so there you go. Just 4 cuttings jammed in there in decent potting soil, the Miracle-Gro potting soil. That's all I use. So that's that. So I got 4 chances to win there. And I'm going to go ahead and repot a couple of these baby starfruit trees We pot all of them into their own container. That's why the simplest element are the gloves. Yeah, that's 4. Okay. All right. Nice. So, 4 pots now. And all I'm going to do is just, the soil's nice and wet so it'll stay together, is just pinch out, kind of pinch each one of those little sprouted trees and replant them just gently in here. There it is, cute little star fruit tree. In fact, I'm going to put them out of the way. They don't get buffeted by the wind. Two. Number 3. This one I'm just going or used its own pot. So there you go. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Yeah, grow them as well. You know, you could combine Somali flame. You could combine growing them and eating them. Grow the one that you eat. I know some of the folks on the channel grow them indoors. Maybe a white shirt wasn't the best choice. No, it's good. Yeah, so as promised, we got some star fruit cranking in this live stream. I don't know how many star fruit live streams there are in the world, but I can't imagine there'd be too many. Alright, and for the last thing that I had planned, I was going to actually just see how many seeds we could get out, and I'll probably plant those too. Alright, let's... Okay, so hopefully you can see that all the way. First of all, oh no, tragedy. That is what happens when you go in right down the middle. You chop 2 of the seeds directly in half, thereby killing them. But you can see what the seeds look like this way. They're kind of surrounded by a little slimy area there. All of them, and they in a little pocket, and you just kind of pop them out. Now, oh, this one was not damaged. This one was not damaged. You can see it's got that sliminess on it. It's a weird quality of these. So, put one right here. This one's a goner. Alright, now let's see if we can hopefully not hit it again. See, it's a very juicy fruit. Wow, it smells good. I can't resist. I gotta try some. That's quite good. I'm looking for one more seed, but not really finding it. Interesting. I wonder what this... Yeah, this baby star fruit would... Isn't that cool? Alright. You know what I give this? It's 3 stars. I give this 3 stars because that only produced 1 seed. You can see the baby star fruit has seeds, but they're... I don't know if they would grow, actually. So, you know, contrary to my claim, we were only able to find 2 seeds, one of which I chopped in half immediately. So, and I do not see any more, which is really not a problem. I think what I'm actually going to do with this lonely seed is not complicated with another pot. I think I'm just going to stick it into the large containers I have behind me. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Alright. Oh no. My one and only starfruit seed. It's like that book, The Lorax. But not very much like the Lorax. All right, I'm going to just go ahead and plant this back in there. And as a bonus, let's take a look at this, which is basil. A little basil leaf. And this is for me my top recommended herb is basil. Very fragrant. You know, if you want to smell the essential oils, so to speak, just crumple up the leaf and smell it. It's so good. Yeah, so this type of herb will produce prolific amounts of seeds, and those seeds are contained in these little flowers, and if you just pull off the seed, you get the flower, you get a couple of seeds, and those seeds will grow almost certainly. They are so easy to grow. I don't know if you've grown basil before, but if you have, you know that this is all it takes is just to get a handful of seeds and then just go scatter them about. And I don't even plant them, I just sprinkle them and they always grow. So that was another one for the bucket list, so to speak. The stem always smells so good too. I love the smell of it. The stem has a slightly different scent to it than the leaves, which I think is interesting. It's almost like a evergreeny smell. It's cool. Yep, so there you are, growing starfruit. I think we got at least a couple of people that added growing starfruit trees to their bucket lists. I can't have it in my bucket list because I've done it many times, but we just did it here. Okay, so what's the starfruit count up to? Is anybody keeping track? I think we got 4 in one pot, planted 1 seed there, that's 5. And then I've got the 4 that I separated, so 9. If all those cuttings grow, but we'll see. That'll be the interesting thing. What I'm going to do next is water them, put them on that grow table, which I need to expand now drastically. I'm going to build that. I had a stream earlier today. If you want to see what we're going to do there, I'm going to expand that so I can hold more potted things. Oh, one other thing. I wondered if I would do this today. This Mylar bag. So, there we go. Contains seeds from Seeds Now. Links in the description. Look at these seeds. So I've got cool stuff here, and I'm just deciding what to plant next. I'm going to do it in the next episode of What You Got Growing On, but dark red beets, microgreens. These are meant to be grown like thick, so eat them as microgreens. Dill, Ducat dill, purple tiger pepper, purple peppers. Eggplant, white eggplant, kale, red kale, ton of red kale meant to be grown microgreen style, so like a lot of them. Lemongrass, which I'm really stoked on. Clover sprouts, look at that, clover sprouts. Isn't that cool? Again, I think it's a microgreens type of thing. And so I got a lot more things, and I'm running out of pots. That's why I got to expand the table. We're just going to keep going. Micro carrots. That's it. Yeah, micro carrots. You grow them really thick and then eat the greens, I guess? Or eat the carrots as well? I don't honestly know. But we're going to plant all those and grow them and see how those go as well. We've got quite the future in front of us for growing stuff. I'm stoked. Yeah, I'll grow this in the next stream. I'm going to be streaming every day now, so if you are into stuff like this or find it interesting, join in the fun. Certainly was fun hanging out for a little bit. I think we've gone for about a little bit over a half hour. I may hop on one more time before dark. I was thinking of doing a stream from a prickly pear cactus that I'm fond of. See how that would go. Maybe I was also thinking of growing some prickly pears, the actual prickly pears in the What You Got Growing On series. So we'll see about that. Let me know if you have any interest. Again, click on the links in the description to support the channel. I'm also thinking about doing some t-shirts, so if you have any ideas there, hit me up on the email. My email is available on the channel. Thought about getting another banana variation. Yeah, I have. There's so many. Yeah, there are. I would love to, and then they taste different. Yeah. I really need to do that. I really, really need to do that, Somali Flame. That one's going in my bucket list. Yep. I ought to bring a bucket list out in these podcasts, but I'll create a bucket. I will find a bucket, and I will put that in the bucket. I love that idea. I've got 2 now, and here's my tendency, which is to go way too far with too many varieties of them once I start, so I always pump the brakes on my desire to want to do it. But bananas, it's hard to argue with that. Who doesn't want more than 2 varieties of bananas in their life? Yeah, I do. Yep. I might do some streams of harvesting some bananas soon because I've got several live hands of bananas ready to go. Thought about doing a cooking one too, because I would love to try to make chocolate covered dwarf bananas, frozen bananas. That's my favorite thing to eat dessert wise, and I have the best tasting bananas I can imagine. I just need to put 2 and 2 together and make 4. So I might do a cooking episode. Let me know if you like that idea. Why not? Why not? Grow yourself a starfruit tree, just like we did, a whole grove of them. We can go straight up starfruit nuts now. Yep. Okay, well, thanks. I appreciate it. I think I'm going to end the stream, but I might, like I said, jump back on later on tonight, or I'm certainly going to be on tomorrow. So turn on your notification bells so that you're notified as streams come up if you're into it. Thanks.